Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on March the 27th, 2020. G20 will allocate $5 trillion to maintain economy. Leaders of the group of 20 major economies pledged to inject over $5 trillion into the global economy to limit job and income losses from the coronavirus and do whatever it takes to overcome the pandemic, showing more unity than at any time since the G20 was created during the 2008-2009 financial crisis. The leaders said they committed during a videoconference summit to implement and fund all necessary health measures needed to stop the virus's spread. Their statement contained the most conciliatory G20 language on trade in years, pledging to ensure the flow of vital medical supplies and other goods across borders and to resolve supply chain disruptions. The $5 trillion amount is about the same as G20 countries injected to prop up the global economy in 2009, but a U.S. relief bill is pledging $2 trillion in fiscal spending, more than double its commitment from that crisis. Israeli troops join to street patrols. Israel will deploy its army to assist police on street patrols to enforce a lockdown against the coronavirus epidemic, the military said on Friday. The country has reported more than 3,000 infections and 10 deaths from the illness. This week, authorities started a partial lockdown, requiring citizens to stay within 100 meters, 110 yards of home and setting sanctions for defying rules. Israeli police have set up roadblocks to enforce curbs on movement and break up gatherings. About 500 troops will join police squadrons from Sunday to help in patrolling, isolating and securing certain areas, blocking roads and additional similar assignments. Meanwhile, military will not be armed and would be in a support or auxiliary position, according to the statement. Global shares mixed after U.S. unemployment data. Global shares mixed while Asian stocks rose on Friday on investors' hopes that policymakers will provide more stimulus to combat the coronavirus pandemic after U.S. unemployment filings surged to a record. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan added 0.3%, while Japan's Nikkei surged 3.88%, marking its biggest weekly gain. Meanwhile, rise of Australian shares turned to drop after a strong week with 5.3% decrease. Chinese shares rose 0.32% on Friday, while stocks in South Korea increased 1.87%. E-mini futures for the S&P 500 reversed course and fell 0.88%, following 3 consecutive days of gains on Wall Street. In Europe, pan-regional Eurostoxx 50 futures were down 0.51%. German DAX futures fell 0.61%, and FTSE futures declined 1.31%, suggesting gains in Asian shares will not carry over into Europe. UTC gets approval to merge with Raytheon. The U.S. Justice Department has approved United Technologies Corporation's planned merger with Raytheon Co. UTC agreed in June to combine its aerospace business with U.S. contractor Raytheon and create a new company worth about $121 billion in what would be the sector's biggest ever merger. It won EU antitrust approval earlier in March. To win U.S. approval, the companies agreed to divest Raytheon's military airborne radios business, including facilities in Indiana and Florida, and UTC's military global positioning systems, including a facility in Connecticut. The business are to be sold to BAE Systems, Inc. or another buyer approved by the Justice Department. Tencent Huawei to create new cloud game platform. China's Tencent Holdings launched a co-innovation lab with Huawei to develop a cloud game platform, the world's biggest game company said in a statement Friday. The collaboration will tap the computing power of Huawei's compact processor to build Tencent's Game Matrix cloud game platform, and the two sides will explore more possibilities in areas such as artificial intelligence and augmented reality in games, said Tencent.